What's up, everybody? I am Travesty.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And welcome to the 5-year anniversary episode of this freaking show. Thanks, Joe. Does your sound effect machine have like a celebratory trumpet on it?
No. I've got applause.
Let's do that. Perfect. Okay, let's do it one more time. Go ahead. One more time. Hit it one more time. Settle down. Joe, 5 years, half a decade of doing this freaking show.
Wild.
That's
Absolutely
crazy.
wild. I can't believe we've made it this long.
I'm gonna say that too. I would honestly like that whole nine episodes thought who would thought that we'd get past 190 or 192 episodes beyond that.
Nice. Fucking
crushed it. But guys, we are gonna celebrate the 5-year anniversary of this freaking show here on this episode. And I know we talk about the excitement of what we're gonna do and the ideas we have for the show, but we're not gonna do we're not gonna go above and beyond and make this an explosive show, because first off, it really doesn't need to be. It doesn't have to be bells and whistles and stuff like that, 100th episode, 200th episode and everything. It's really just 5 years. Everyone has podcasts that last that long. For us, it is a good occasion.
For sure.
We're happy about it. But, we tried to schedule it to where we get Awkward Colin back on with us. Unfortunately, we couldn't do that, which is not a big deal. We could try to get him on at a later date. I know you guys missed that. And then, I tried to figure out maybe getting Clint or Fear back on and everything, but it's just a scheduling thing. And obviously, this is getting more towards the end of the year. Canada has weird holiday schedules different than ours. Or I think they celebrated fucking Thanksgiving 3 weeks ago. Fucking idiots.
It's in October 10th.
Yeah. It's right around the same time that we celebrate Columbus Day or Indigenous Persons Day, depending on what cancel culture you follow. I don't fucking know. We're just going to take the opportunity to kind of recap and reminisce about some of the things that we have done over the last 5 years. I pulled up some stuff so we can kind of talk about it and just reminisce. But before we do any of that, I just want to remind you guys that this episode of this freaking show is brought to you by ballwash.com. Guys, if you ever feel the need to get yourself completely clean, and I'm talking about head to toe, from hole to pole, completely clean, ballwash.com is the best place for you to go. It's a one-stop shop for all your hygiene needs, from shampoos and conditioners. What the fuck is a Kitchener? Shampoo and conditioners. I blame you for that, Joe, by the way. I'm going to tell you why when I finish this plug.
Perfect.
Excellent. Shampoos, conditioners, body washes. They got body scrubbers, so you can use the soaps, as well as nut rubs, and then creams that dry as powders. Handy wipes, hand sanitizers. They came out with their own brand of boxers. So many different options to choose from in their store. Make sure you check it out. Fill up your cart with all your merchandise, and then at checkout, use the promo code FREAKNET. That's FREAKNET. Save yourself 15% in your entire order. That's right. Use the one promo code that will benefit you the absolute most. That is FREAKNET, FREAKNET. Save yourself 15% at checkout. Ballwash.com, guys. It is time to get the funk out of your junk.
This freaking show is also brought to you by Audible.com. If you need a great new book to listen to over the holiday season, you can head over to audibletrial.com/freaknet and get yourself a fantastic audiobook to listen to. I know the holidays are coming up, so I'm going to vamp while I look for the book that I listened to over the holidays a couple of years ago. That was all about the history of pigs, which was really fascinating. It was Lesser Beasts by Mark Essig, which is it's a fantastic nonfiction telling of how humanity basically domesticated pigs and the cultural importance pigs have had to mostly Western culture throughout the history of the world. And it's a fantastic little read. It's pretty short, and it is delicious. It really made me crave bacon, I'm not going to lie. So head on over to audibletrial.com/freaknet. Get yourself a free 30-day trial and a credit towards your first audiobook. Maybe read Lesser Beasts. I don't know. I'm not your mom. But audibletrial.com/freaknet to sign up today.
I'm not your mom. You tell him, Joe.
Yep.
All right, Joe, let me tell you how you screwed up my plug.
How to screw up your plug.
So, I'm going over 5 years of podcast, just trying to find, the right things to talk about. And, I thought, one of the things we could do is kind of talk about some of the other sponsors we had on the show that have come and gone.
All right.
And basically, we've had 4, and we currently do have 2 of them, which is Audible and Ball Wash. And we've had Ball Wash since I think it was March of this year, and Audible came around sometime around October of last year. Which, by the way, thank you both for being part of this show. We do appreciate it and helping us out. But we also had Fire Pit Bar and Grill of Piatone, which was our inaugural official first sponsor.
Yeah.
And we also had Dapper Ties.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, when I sit there and I go through 5 years of podcasts, listening to about 3.5 years of you butchering Dapper Ties' fucking plugs. I think I remember there was one point where you called it Tapper Dies.
That sounds right.
And I just this adorable fucking guy. It's like I said, and I even mentioned in the episode, you got a beautiful mind, but I guess when it came to fucking talking about ties, you just got all flustered because of all the butterfly feelings you have for ties.
I do love ties.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate that Dapper Ties isn't part of our podcast anymore. And it's not that they didn't want to be, it's just that they, couldn't maintain their business. So but it was fun to have them here while we did. Who knows? Maybe down the line we'll find another tie place. Because like I said, Joe, you are a tie guy.
I wish that my favorite bow tie store was still online, but I guess that guy stopped making them.
We should just reach out to somebody, just find them. Listen, man, I don't know if you ever thought about sponsoring a podcast that's been going for half a decade, but we want to help promote your ties. And in turn, you give us money. Isn't that how all I don't know what the fuck is that? The meetings they have in order to get money from people. What the fuck is that? A pitch meeting?
Yeah.
Now all
pitch meeting, board
happen.
meeting. Yeah.
It's listen, you're selling a product. I'll tell people you're selling a product. You get that product sold, and in return, you give me a small percentage of it.
Yeah.
That should be the way it gets done. We'll make sure we make a note of that going forward on potentially additional sponsors to the show on things that we like to do. So, yeah. All right. We got to do something this week. We got to do it right now before we forget, because we did not do it on our last episode, and I just feel guilty about it. We have to update the POTUS Beatdown 2020.
Oh my God, I forgot about it.
We need to get that updated, because we only got 3 more rounds. We are heading into semifinals right now, which is going to in turn become the finals, and then we're going to have our winner. And I think if I planned it right, not sure if I did, can't really tell, we're going to wrap this up on season finale, I think season finale is in 2 weeks.
Nice.
I think, because I think we figured out, actually, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The season finale will come when it comes. But anyway, so this past couple weeks we had the polls up for the quarterfinals. Theodore Roosevelt, Ulysses S. Grant, probably one of the closest polls, and I gotta say this week more polls than any other week. So
wow.
It just shows that if you keep doing things repetitively over and over and over, more people will interact. I think that's proof positive on the recent spike of followers and likes we've had on our podcast and downloads and stuff like that too. So thank you all for who are listening to this and who continue to listen to it on a weekly basis. I know I appreciate it. I know Cartoon Joe appreciates it. I know Geekcast Joe appreciates it. I know the Freak Joe appreciates it. You're like the three faces of Joe, bro.
Yeah. Like a
I need to
God.
I gotta make you a fucking like three faces of Foley fucking t-shirt.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, you know three faces of Foley. McFoley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Shack.
I don't know it.
That's a wrestling thing.
Gotcha.
He's a guy, he had three different wrestling monikers that he was kind of known by, and
ooh, we have the same hair, but mine's red.
Yes. Yeah, so he called himself the Three Faces of Foley. So I gotta make the Three Faces of Joe shirt. I just don't know how, like, each guy looks different. I assume that, that Geekcast Joe is like the long hair, bow tie kind of guy. Oh, yeah. And then Cartoon Joe is like the same guy with shorter hair and maybe a sweater vest. And then, Freak Joe, I'm envisioning, like a cape. And possibly, like a vest, but not a sweater vest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Right. And we could put that into our merchandise store, tpublic.com. Just search TFS. Anyway, so Theodore Roosevelt took on Ulysses S. Grant. Theodore Roosevelt did beat out, Grant by 2 votes. So, Roosevelt does move forward. Grant, unfortunately, ends here, which I was kind of surprised, but, you guys can't top the Rough Rider, man.
Yep. Everyone wants to root for a Rough Rider.
That's true. George Washington took on John Adams. George Washington won, wasn't really that close. But Adams still got some votes, man. So I think they're more like trying to underdog it, which I can respect that. Abraham Lincoln took on Rutherford B. Hayes, which, Abraham Lincoln clearly won. Yep. And he won by the fact that Rutherford had 0 votes.
Nice.
And then, of course, Eisenhower beat out Andrew Jackson in the fourth fight, if you will. So, nice. Right into semifinal territory here now. Theodore Roosevelt's taking on George Washington. Abraham Lincoln's taking on Dwight D. Eisenhower. And we're going to put those polls up on Facebook. It will be on our This Is Freakin' Show Facebook page story, as well as the Freaknet Studio page story. So make sure you guys go to Facebook. Make sure you search This Freakin' Show. Make sure you search Freaknet Studios. Check out the stories. Cast your votes. And also, while you're there, why don't you just go ahead and like the page and follow us? Because why the fuck not? So we'll put those up. Those will be put up this week, so you guys can enjoy that. Joey.
What's up?
We have been talking about something new that we're doing for next season.
We have.
We've been talking about it for the last month, and we wanted to push it off until this episode. So, I'm going to make it your call. Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait a little bit longer, and we'll throw it at the end?
You're so excited about it.
I know, right?
I feel like we got to talk about it now. You've been wanting to talk about it since we came up with the idea. Since you came up with the idea.
It's exciting. But I'm going to let you talk about it, man. I'm going to let you break the news. I'm going to let you share the announcement. I'm going to let you to tell everybody what we have going on for next season. And then after that, we obviously still got to do our That Freakin' Happened, but we can do that after. So, tell everyone the new and exciting thing that we have coming up in season 5.
Yeah, I cannot remember what we're going to call it.
Oh, I do.
Okay, great. Yeah. But basically, the idea is we're going to basically be having a book club of sorts where we're going to read a book together throughout the. Did we decide a week, or did we decide throughout the season, or just go until we finish it?
Yeah, I think what we were trying to figure out, and I think what we tried to figure out the best way to do it. I think what we thought was based on the book, to do like a chapter a week.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Like that way, because the whole thing is like, because the whole podcast is not going to be based on the book. It's going to be it's the seasonal segment that's replacing That Freakin' Happened.
Right. So we're gonna read a book together as a podcast. We're gonna read a chapter a week. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss what went on. And if you've got your own ideas, you want to follow along, go ahead and pick up the book. We'll have you can do it over at Audible, of course, if you want someone to read it to you. audibletrial.com/freaknet. Or I think we're gonna apply for an affiliate link so that you could pick up the book and we can get a little bit of a cutback.
Yes.
Also, hit up your local library. Maybe they've got a copy. But I don't think we've decided what the first book will be. We'll let you know a couple of weeks before the season starts so that you got time to grab it. And it should be fun. It should be really exciting to read a book together and talk about it and just enjoy the wonderful world of literature together.
Yeah, and I think what we decided was we're going to, like, you're going to pick a book, I'm going to pick a book, and we're going to put it up we're going to poll it.
That's right.
Throw it up on social media, and then we're going to let them decide which out of the two books. I think it was 2 or maybe it was 4. Like, we each picked 2 or something like that, give them options, but I think it was because Facebook, for some reason, like, only allows polls on either stories or Facebook groups, and we don't have a Facebook group, we have a Facebook page. You can only do 2. I know on Twitter you could do multiple.
Right.
I think we'll pick 1 each. We'll throw it up on Facebook, and then we'll just let people decide which one they would like better. And then we will go through and we'll just read that chapter by chapter. Now, the segment called is FN Book Club for Freaknet Book Club.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing the FN Book Club. We're going to be doing it for season 5. If you guys like it, if you guys enjoy it, that is something we'll continue to do beyond season 5, but it will be on our Patreon that we'll be actually hoping to start up and get going here soon. It's one of the many things that we want to do starting in season 5. There was a couple things we wanted to do. We just got to kind of figure all that out. But we actually were able to kind of kickstart a lot of our future stuff earlier, like with our YouTube ideas and the stuff we've been doing there. So I'm excited for it. Like, I've never been like a real big reader, and I think this is going to kind of help motivate me to do so. And I think a chapter a week is one of those things that is definitely doable.
Yes.
So, I encourage you guys to, participate in that, get the book and everything, just to help educate ourselves and enlighten ourselves in the world of literature. But, I think, I don't know, like, where we fell, on this idea, but I think there were going to be times where, maybe once in a while, doing like the Podbean Live so we can actually sit down and actually discuss it with fans and listeners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We didn't figure out the logistics of that yet. Obviously, with my new work schedule, everything's like so wonky. Like, I'm off like every other weekend. And Cartoon Joe, obviously his job entails him to work pretty much the back half of every weekend. So we're going to try to figure out how it works. We're going to try to see how people take to it when we get started. But we'll figure out what book Cartoon Joe wants to do. We'll figure out what book I want to do. We'll put it up in the polls. You guys get to vote. And then, we'll have to figure out that whole Amazon link thing that you were mentioning. See how we get that started and see what we can do about it.
Yes.
So I'm excited for it, though. It's something different and it's something new. And I think we'll get some good responses from it.
I think so, too. I'm looking forward to it deeply.
Yeah. But, hey, Joe, what freaking happened this week?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
Gotcha. All right. Well, Just Say No, October 11th, 1983. U.S. First Lady Nancy Reagan officially introduced her anti-drug philosophy. The phrase, just say no, first emerged in 1982 when Nancy Reagan was visiting Longfellow Elementary School. And, oh wait, that's October. What the fuck am I doing in October, Joe?
I don't know.
Let me go back to, holy shit. I think I was looking at the wrong screenshot. God damn it. Yeah, found it. November 10th, 1978. You should have stopped me when you heard October.
I didn't hear you say October.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I get it. You're on the show. You don't need to listen to the show. God, you must miscount so much you want to be like the dude. November 10th, 1978. Twinkie murders. Dan White kills Harvey Milk and San Francisco Mayor George Moscone. At his trial, he claimed diminished capacity due to depression caused by a diet of junk food and sugary drinks. This has become known as the Twinkie defense, even though he avoided metal detectors, which would have detected his gun and 10 rounds of ammunition by entering the building through a side window, and later stated he intended to kill 2 other people as well. He was only convicted of voluntary manslaughter rather than first-degree murder and sentenced to 7 years in prison. He served 5 years in prison before being paroled, but committed suicide less than 2 years later. White has resigned from the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, but then applied for reappointment. White was angry because Moscone and Milk had opposed his reappointment. So he died because he had low sugar. Or he killed people because he had low sugar.
You know, I've had low blood sugar, and it's made me hangry enough to think I might want to kill.
Right? I gotta tell you, like, I've never been hangry enough to crawl through, like, a city hall window and blow 2 people away.
No, that much effort is more effort than it would take to just go buy a sandwich.
That's right. That's true. I dig it. What about you, Joe? What freaking happened for you this week?
Well, let's say November 14th,
Okay.
1957, here in the USA, there was a crime syndicate meeting. After years of speculation about a mafia national crime syndicate controlling gambling, casinos, and narcotics countrywide, the existence of the syndicate was confirmed when law enforcement officials raided mafia boss Joseph Barbera's home in Appalachian, New York, where 100 mafia crime bosses from the United States, Canada, and Italy had gathered to socialize and resolve mafia affairs. So it's kind of a fun one. Over 100 mafia bosses get together from around the world to talk shop, and I mean, someone had to have been a rat, right?
Had to. That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I've never heard about that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
God.
I want to see. Where's that movie? I want to see it. Where's the miniseries?
It needs to be a movie. Something on Netflix, maybe.
Yeah.
Or an Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, I think, has more of like those. I don't want to say darker, but yeah. What the hell is that? Oh fuck! There's that TV show that's on Amazon Prime. Was it Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, I think that's on Netflix.
Blinky Blinders? Is that
Peaky
Netflix?
Blinders? Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm thinking of something that's like that, but I know it's on Amazon Prime.
Gotcha. I honestly don't know. I don't do a lot.
It don't matter. It doesn't really matter, right? Because we're not here to talk about Amazon Prime. We're talking about fucking 5 years of this freaking show.
Yeah.
Joe, November 1st, 2015. First episode of this freaking show is released.
Wow.
Now, from episode 2 all the way to this point, I started the podcast saying the same thing. A little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. But episode 1 was different, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's because I was too excited to get it right or because I changed it afterwards, but I started that very show saying, "What's up, everybody? I am Travesty." And then we went around, Awkward Colin. And that one, you were the Freak Joe.
I was.
We changed it to Geekcast Show.
Yep.
But I went with the old, a little bit of everything and a whole lot of nothing.
Nice.
And
very different.
Yep, I changed everything to something, and it sounds better. I think you actually came up with that.
Seems like it. Sounds like something I do.
Yeah, I won't give you the credit for that one.
Thanks.
But we also did something else in the episode 1. Besides just introducing ourselves and talking, we made interview goals. on people we would want on the show. I want to see if you remember who you wanted to have on the show 5 years ago.
If I could remember who I wanted to have on the show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
No, you went with Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Yeah, I'd love to have him on. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So why Martin Sheen?
I'm a huge fan of The West Wing, and he's my favorite. He played President Bartlett in The West Wing.
That's the exact answer you gave 5 years ago.
Yep.
That's the exact fucking answer. That's perfect. I went with Paul Konerko.
Yeah.
I can't remember who Colin went with. Honestly, when I knew he wasn't going to be on the show, I don't even think I listened to his little part. And I apologize, Colin, but you're not here.
Yep.
You're not sitting back doing your college homework while we're putting out Podcast Gold. Tell me I don't love you. Also, that was the introduction to obviously the first episode with our original made-for-us theme song, Freakin' Show, by the band Entropy, who we did have on the show, I want to say it was like episode 6 of season 1. Well, at least we had Matt from Entropy, later turned their name to Johnny Tryhard. But before we even had Matt on, our very first guest, do you remember who that was?
Very first guest.
Our very first guest. This one is easy.
Oh, God, is it?
This is a softball one.
Is it GCR?
It is GCR.
Yeah.
Episode 4, November 16th of 2015. Episode 4. GCR came on and explained to us, first off, apparently my choice in frozen pizzas wasn't adequate to GCR's.
Oh?
Yeah, because apparently Doreen's isn't considered a good enough frozen pizza.
Interesting. I don't remember Doreen's.
Yeah, we talked about Jack's Pizza, Teresa's Pizza, Doreen's, and stuff like that.
Jackson and Teresa's I'm familiar with.
Yeah, that's what we have around here. Doreen, the only reason I know about Doreen's is because of, I think the Cubs fucking Wrigley Field sells it. But no, that's what we also learned about the 9-episode thing. You know, if you get past 9 episodes, you're golden and shit. Something I still kind of live by today. Like when people talk about podcasting and shit like that, I always tell them, get past 9 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And honestly, in my life, it kind of makes sense. I mean, we're still going strong. JFW is still going strong. Pretty Little Freaks is not. But we all make mistakes.
We've outlasted.
Yeah. Yeah, our longevity is pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, God. August 24th, 2016, we did our first on-location podcast. You remember where that was?
I don't.
Fire Pit Bar and Grill. We had breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good breakfast.
It was their first day open for breakfast.
That's right. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I didn't forget about the day or the breakfast. I just
forgot it was their first day.
Yeah.
Like their grand opening breakfast. Because if you guys remember Fire Pit Bar and Grill, where you could get a burger on Monday for a burger and a beer on Monday for just $8.99.
Ooh, that's gone up in 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I think originally it was $6.99.
Yeah, still a good deal. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, especially when their burgers alone, like burgers and fries and stuff, I think it's like $10.
Yeah, I would say I think even up here, just a burger from a decent place, your Red Robin's or your Moody's Pub is going to be at least $10.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, like when if you guys don't remember, Fire Pit Bar and Grill is a bar out here in Piedmont. They had burgers and beer. Before the pandemic, they had like Wing Wednesdays and shit like that. They had games on Fridays, bingo on Thursdays. That kind of changed, obviously, since the whole pandemic thing. Which I heard there was a vaccine with like 90% success or some shit like that.
Yeah, so, probably rolling out in April.
So very optimistic. That's hopefully we get through the days of where I don't have to make my Corona games anymore.
Right.
You know, we can move on to the next tomfoolery we can mock with a game.
Right.
No, we had breakfast, and it was cool because because it was their first day. I don't know if they wanted to make a good impression or like they really didn't think it like through, but like every breakfast came with pancakes, and like every
That's right.
pancake was the size of a plate, and there was like 4 of them.
God, so good.
Yeah, and they were like, and they weren't even like they're I don't know, maybe you remember if I'm telling this right or not. They were pretty cakey.
They were.
Yeah,
They were thick.
they were fucking
Like
delicious.
7 C's.
Yeah. I remember like I got I think I got the primetime skillet because I love it. Your wife was there. She joined us.
That's true.
But God, it was so much fun. And I was glad that we had an opportunity to do it. We got to sit down with Lisa and talk to Lisa about the bar and about breakfast. Now, unfortunately, they're not doing breakfast anymore just because, I think out here, the only people who do go out for breakfast are kind of like set in their like designated places. But
Right.
Fire Pit's still open, still going, still talk to them, and it's pretty awesome to kind of like see how they're progressing, especially since they've been around. I think they celebrated 6 years a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
So
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. They're our only guest we've had in person.
Yeah.
Intentionally. I think my dad walked in once while we were
Well,
recording at your kitchen table.
Yeah. The goat roper.
Yep.
The fucking goat roper. Yeah. Technically, yes. As a whole, a planned guest. Yes. Lisa was the only one that we had a guest. Now, we had, Sarge on. Sarge walked in, while we were recording a show when we were about to do some, YouTube videos. And he did sit down with us, in the middle of it. And we were talking. So I guess if you wanted to count that, but that was almost like a goat roper kind of situation.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, I'm going to go with Lisa was the only planned in-person sit-down interview that we had.
Nice.
April 23rd, 2017, we gave out our very first Follow Your Star Award. Do you know who you gave it to?
Skype.
Nope.
Okay.
No, this is
felt like that was a good guess.
this is before we decided to give it to Bullshit 2. These were like the good ones. I'll give you a hint.
Was it those kids? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna give you a hint. It's 2 people.
It's 2 people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
State Street Steve and Gabe Arnett.
Yeah, that's right. Who's Gabe Arnett?
Somebody who helped out State Street Steve on something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Trust me, dude, before you, I had no idea what a State Street Steve was.
Yeah, I'm sad. I'm sad that he's dead.
Did he actually die?
He did.
Hmm.
Old age, though, so, you know.
Gotcha. Well, we did give him this award 3 years ago, so.
Nice.
Also, is it weird knowing that we didn't give our first Star Award until like a year and a half after we started the show?
No. Because we did it because I kept telling people to follow their star.
Gotcha.
Mostly sarcastically.
I gotcha. Also, October 6th, 2016 was our very first This Freaky show. Yeah, so that was nice. Started something new, started something different. That's when you first called yourself The Freak Show, which was awesome. It's like a 4th personality.
I called myself The Freak Show on that one?
Yeah, you said, and The Freak Show.
That's funny.
It. Yeah. But you only did that one time. After that, you went to The Freak Show. So
nice.
That's nice. So we had a 4th guy just pop up out of nowhere, just briefly, 1 episode, nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, guest star, if you will.
Perfect.
December 23rd, 2017, we released our Christmas special with my rendition of 'Twas the Night Before Freaking Christmas.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. The only time we released an episode that was not part of an actual season. It was just an additional episode.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. I think it was just a way to kind of balance out the fact that there was an episode that didn't have a show with it. Instead, it was just a link to some YouTube video of some dude sitting at a piano.
Interesting. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. It was John Cage's 3 minutes, 33 seconds. My favorite piano piece of all time.
Yeah. All because our conspiracy theory episode did not work out.
Yep. Well, because he's a giant troll. That's his. The whole thing's a joke, basically.
Really?
Love it. Yeah.
So you're following that. Our next season, I think, season 3, followed that Christmas special. We changed up our theme songs. So after 2 seasons, we retired the Freakin Show theme song, created by Entropy. Talked to Entropy about creating a new theme song for us, and I don't think I ever said why we didn't get a new one from them. Did I ever explain that on the show?
No.
Oh. Well, they asked for money, and we didn't have any.
Gotcha. That'd do it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I'll fucking air it. I don't give a shit. No, I got a hold of Matt, who I was longtime friends with for over a decade, and I said, hey, Matt, we got season 3 coming up. I want to change up the theme song. Do you guys have any interest in writing something new for us? And his professional response was, yeah, if the money's right. And I said, okay, well, I have no money. What can I get for that? And he said, nothing. I said, okay, thanks anyways. But it was okay because I still have that song. I'm trying to debate on whether or not I want to kind of like blend that and our new theme song back again together for this 5-year episode.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I gotta look into that because that's gonna be pretty fucking easy to do. But yeah, no, we currently have Back Again by Ripley Street. We are going to have a new song by Ripley Street to use as a theme song here shortly. It's just obviously because of the pandemic, they kind of had to put a hold on their album
production. Yeah,
their album production. So hopefully we should have something soon. I did go see Ripley Street at Fire Pit Bar and Grill a couple months ago, and I had a chance to talk to Kenny and everything. And they're also another group that I would like to get on here because we had a couple of musicians on here, right? I mean, we had Entropy, F and Epic, Leslie Tom. So I think that's the only musicians we've had.
Nice. Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. I don't think I'm missing anyone. What else happened here? January 13th, 2018. I wrote that. I don't have anything written next to that date. I just wrote it.
Oh, nothing happened that day, but it was important.
Oh my God, Joe, what happened on January 13th, 2018?
I don't even know.
Right, because it was so fucking long ago.
It really was. Well, just this last week has been like 6 months.
What happened? What happened recently?
Oh, just the election counting. It's taken so long. Oh
God, yeah. There you go. I like how they still haven't made that whole fucking decision and shit.
Yep. Well, the states don't certify their results until December 8th. So.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they actually have like a month and 5 days. It's like, why are we, stupid media, making it all like, gotta know right now? It's like, we don't.
We really don't. Well, it's like, because I know all the news medias, they called it for Biden.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't do his inauguration until what was it, January 21st or something like that?
January 20th, yeah.
January 20th. It is weird. I wish I could have. I guess it didn't really matter if I stayed up all night and watched the elections on November 3rd because they didn't call it until fucking Friday.
Yeah, it was like Saturday at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but even looking at some of those numbers, I'm like, they are really fucking close. Especially even in the states that they already called, like Arizona. I think the only difference is 1,800 votes.
Yeah, Georgia's going to go to a probably automatic recount anyway.
I heard about that. I heard Georgia's going to automatic recount. I know Pennsylvania's within a couple thousand. Washington's in a couple thousand. Michigan, I don't know if it's too far to care, but it's like they're all within like 2,000 to 4,000 of each other.
Yeah.
Like Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. I don't think I can't remember which Carolina. I want to say it's North Carolina they haven't called yet either.
Yeah.
That's really close.
They don't even start counting certain votes until like November 12th.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
And the goofy thing about it is, it's like, everyone thinks that 2016 was fucked up, and they think 2020 is fucked up. It's not going to get any better in 2024.
No.
Like these are our elections going forward. It's just how life is going to be now. Because nobody's ever going to trust anybody else on, if a Republican wins, Democrats are going to accuse them of cheating. If a Democrat wins, the Republicans are going to accuse them of cheating. Like, there's no, like, what's the proper word for that? Unification, I guess, but a better word for unification. Trust.
Yeah, trust is the word I was going to use.
Yeah, I can go with trust. Yeah. It's so fucking goofy.
The only thing I can find, I Googled January 13th, 2018. I don't think we probably talked about this, but maybe we didn't. A false emergency alert warning of an impending missile strike in Hawaii caused widespread panic in the state.
No, we didn't.
That's the only thing I can find.
I'm trying to remember what the hell happened on January 13th, 2018, because, I don't fucking know. And you know, it's gonna bug me until I can fucking figure it out. Oh my god, I don't fucking know, Joe. January 13th.
Awkward flicks?
No, that's not it. Awkward flicks was before. No, wait.
It's third time's a charm.
Yeah. Guys catch up on what they've been up to over the hiatus. Travis talks about his recent weight loss journey. Awkward Conjun. No, it's not Awkward Flicks. I'm trying to remember because, like, so on March 14th, 2019, oh, you know what? I think I just figured out what it is.
Yeah?
No, that's not it. No!
Oh, well.
Because on March 14th, 2019, we opened up our merchandise store.
Nice.
That's when we launched TeePublic. On May 9th, 2020, we released our newest logo. So there was something about the new shit we were doing that January 13th, 2018 was a part of that. But I can't fucking remember what it was.
Gotcha. Me either.
But it don't matter. It's fine. We'll fucking get over it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think that was when we used our new theme song.
Oh, I can see that.
Oh shit! That's we fucking recorded in Travis C's Saloon, in my fucking bar in the basement.
Oh, nice.
That's what it is. Season 3, episode 1. We used Back Again as our official new theme song, and we were drinking in my bar together.
Nice.
That's what it is.
Very nice.
Good call.
Got there. We got there in the end.
Right. All right. Thank God for persistence and making people wonder what the fuck this episode's doing. Like, are we literally going to sit here trying to, like, Travis tries to figure shit out?
Look, we got to fill the time.
We do. We're guestless. Yeah. Well, Joe, you got anything? I know you mentioned before we started some of the places you recorded from. As we sit here and kind of reminisce about the last 5 years, like, is there anything that pops up to you, guest-wise, or moments? I know there's been a lot of stupid shit said on this show, like third world, like French press problems, and
oh yeah, I always forget about that. No, I think it's interesting. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've pretty much always recorded the show from your house or your mom's house or wherever we've been together, like at Fire Pit.
Yeah.
But I've recorded at your house. I've recorded at the place I lived in Forest Park. I've recorded on the north side of Chicago. I've recorded in my house now, here in Niles. I've recorded out in Connecticut. I've recorded one time I was on vacation in northern Indiana, and we recorded a show while I was there. I'm trying to think of where else I've done this show at. But it feels like I've done the show from everywhere, which is really kind of cool to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show, what we're willing to do, especially like you said, recording a podcast while on vacation and everything. It's like it shows a sense of commitment of what you have for the show.
Yeah,
it shows how much you care about our listeners, and that's how much the listeners should care about us.
Yes, listen to the show on vacation, listeners. Listen to it at work.
Right?
Listen to it with a fox in a box wearing socks.
I mean, it's an audio podcast. They can listen to it while road tripping. I think we're pretty entertaining to listen to. I know a lot of my friends say that they listen to us to keep them alert and entertained while driving. And I was like, well, just make sure you focus on the fucking road. But hey, thanks for listening.
Yeah, yeah.
But 5 years, a lot of things have changed. Like I said, we got a new merchandise store where you can pick up T-shirts and other merchandise, TeePublic, TeePublic.com, search TFS, find all the merch and shirts and shit there. We have a new logo, which we've had several over the years, but this one is, I don't know, I think I just like this one the most. And I'm not sure if that's just because I created it or what, but I love it. Freaknet Studios became a thing. We created an entire network, within the last 5 years. We've been launching videos, I don't want to say consistently, but,
semi-consistently.
Yeah. I mean, between Freaky Cemetery, those dietary vlogs, some of those food rankings and everything. We did do a lot on YouTube. So we have that channel now for Freaknet Studios. We're looking at doing more of those going forward. And, just even meeting the people we've had over the last 5 years, the cosplayers and the comic creators, the movie creators,
comedians,
podcast
creators. Yeah.
I mean, because I know we've had GCR and Rob Bass, both from Geekcast Live, on the show. We haven't had Nico.
No, he's very elusive.
Yeah. I think I want to say CJ was our first comic creator we had, and that kind of opened the door to like Brian Lau and Staunch Ambition and stuff like that.
Bob Sally.
Yeah. So it's like, and then we met fucking me and Colin went to C2E2 in, I think, 2016, and we met Super Casey there.
Oh,
and because I met Super Casey, I got to talk to Siren Ray, got to talk to Oh My Sophie, Kitsukami, Night Mage. Just so many people we got to meet over the last 5 years. We had a chance to talk with Clint and Fear, Mandy from the Piecast. I don't know if there's any other podcasters we talked to. I think there was only 5 that we've really had on the show.
None that are still around.
Yeah. Yeah. Weirdings.
Sorry.
Shout out to John. I know John from Weirdings listens to the show.
Sarge was a guest once.
Oh yeah, Sarge. Sarge is there.
Sorry, Sarge.
God, yeah.
I know you're listening.
God. Yeah. How do you forget about Sarge?
I don't know.
I mean, regardless of the fact that he's part of Freaknet Studios, we literally just mentioned him like 20 minutes ago, walking in while we were recording the podcast.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the future here, Joe. We'll wrap this up on the future and what we got planned and everything, if I can remember it all. Freaknet Studios is still a thing. We have a YouTube channel. Make sure you check out Freaknet Studios on YouTube. Me and Cartoon Joe, hopefully Dizzle J and Dally from JFW and Sarge from the Gray Area. Hopefully we could work on some collaborations to get more video content out to you. If not, me and Cartoon Joe will work on that to get more stuff out. I know a couple months ago we did a Portillo's food tasting and ranking. Honestly, I'm fat enough to do something like that again. So
I would love to do that.
Right. There was something I did find in our archives that we said we were going to do way back in season 1. I believe it was episode 4. that we were going to live stream a milk chugging contest.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, we were talking about how like you can't drink a gallon of milk in an hour without throwing up.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do that.
All right. I think it could be done. It'd be like a quart every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Apparently there's too much, calcium or whatever, or lactose or whatever the fuck it is. Like it cannot be done apparently. So, I think we'll do it. How do we get people to want to see that? Tell you what, guys. I'm going to post a picture of a gallon of milk up on our Instagram at This Freakin' Show. And what I want you to do is I want you to go over. I want you to follow us on Instagram. I want you to like that picture. And how many likes? How many likes does that picture need, Joe, for us to do this?
50.
50. Start small. We'll do that. If we get 50 likes on that gallon of milk picture, me and Cartoon Joe will do a Facebook Live, and we will be trying to drink a gallon of milk in 1 hour. Let me make a note of that so I remember to do that. Because that was one of the biggest things I wanted to do, too, especially rolling into the next season, is utilizing our social media the best we can. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Why not, utilize it to, our benefits? We used to use Twitter all the fucking time. I mean, that's where our Freakin' Flicks, the Freakin' Flicks? Yeah. With Clint. And we used to do our polls up on there. Also what we're going to look at doing, like I mentioned earlier, like we are going to look at doing a Patreon. We just got to figure out how we want to do it, what we want to offer you guys. I know Cartoon Joe, suggested what we could do is, like merchandise giveaways, for being associated with a certain tier for a few months or however, like that works out. I'm cool with that. And also, like I said, we're going to be doing this effing book club here next season. Make sure you check out the poll for that. Also, after season 5 is over, we could roll that into the Patreon, and then we kind of do like a group. I don't know if it's Zoom or Skype or whatever the fuck it is, to do the book club. But we'll also be looking at doing lives and stuff too, because I do enjoy doing the lives. We had a chance to talk to a lot of people that, I don't think we normally would have a chance to talk to from across, from overseas or across, the ocean or whatever the fuck how you want to refer to. But we'll be doing that a lot more. What else do we have coming up, Joe?
Oh. Effin' Book Club.
Effin' Book Club. The Patreon.
Yeah.
We're going to maybe chug some milk. If you guys have an idea of a restaurant or something like that, you want us to rank and test foods. Like, I mean, like I said, like we did the one where like me and Sarge, taste tested, burgers from different places. Didn't get a Dave's Classic though.
No.
No.
Got to figure the results out. Yeah, do it again.
Yeah, got to start over. But I know we were talking about doing fries from different places. I know that was an idea we had. What I wouldn't mind either, and I don't know if this is going to kind of roll into that whole like, lactose bullshit, but I wouldn't mind like grabbing like shakes and shit from like different places.
Ooh, yeah.
Like I know like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's all have Frosties or shakes, but also Meatheads, the chocolate cake shake from Portillo's.
Yes. Oberweis,
yeah. Like those popular places that you can find like
Culver's? Sorry,
don't even Culver's. How the fuck do I forget about Culver's?
I don't know.
Fucking Dairy Queen. The Creamery, I don't know how popular Creamery. I know there's a lot of creameries around me. I don't know if that's like an Illinois, Indiana thing or whatever. But the Creamery, I mean, there's so many different places where we get shakes. And I know we've been talking for at least 4 years about taste testing Italian beef sandwiches.
Nice. Yeah, so that'd be great.
That's something we can actually look at doing for the YouTube channel. I mean, there's Bona Beef, God, we keep Portillo's beef sandwiches again.
Yeah.
But I know we're also going to talk about like visiting, like, like, I don't want to call them dive places, but those questionable, greasy looking restaurants that serve the best fucking food.
There's one right by me called Biggie's.
Yeah, see, something like that.
It's one of the funniest things. They've taken advantage of the loopholes in the dining rules.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can, to have food there, you can only do carry out or delivery. But if you want to go in and sit down at one of their video games, you can gamble inside.
Oh, perfect.
Which is hilarious to me. Hey, you gotta make money somehow.
Yeah. I mean, people are doing what they can to kind of like get by on shit, I mean, obviously the numbers are going up and everything, and they gotta try to find a way to deter away from that. But at the same time, it's like you either, what the fuck is it? Like, what am I trying to say, Joe? Why can't I fucking think ever when I do these episodes?
I don't know.
You either gotta find a way to like, push, that bar, push that limit on what you can and can't do, or just lose your business completely.
Yep.
It's like places down here, like businesses down by me just came to the point where they said, no, I'm not closing. Like, they say like people come in with their masks, they sit down. If they want to take their masks off, they can't. They don't want to, that's whatever. But as long as they're at their table, they don't have to wear it. But if they're up and walking around, they have to wear it. And everything's sanitized and clean. It's like, they're following the processes that everyone else put into place. And they're like, I can't close, because like even, a lot of businesses said that if they had to shut down again, they're not going to reopen. Like they'll be done.
Yep.
And I would hate for that. Now that's what kills small towns like Peatone. It's just, you can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But,
we could, you'd think, never mind, I don't know. The amount of money that the U.S. government pumped into the economy to prop up the stock market. I mean, could you imagine if they spent $7 trillion just sending checks to keep small businesses open instead of fucking making sure Walmart could have money for their shareholders? Like, come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, anyway. It's kind of fucking screwy how like you get businesses that have to cut paychecks of people. Mm-hmm. But their CEOs still get an annual bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you want your fucking like employees to appreciate the fact that they even have a job. It's like, but don't fucking take your extra bonus just because you feel you can while you're cutting the fucking paychecks of people beneath you.
Right. Well, you got to ask yourself, like, even one of the things I think a lot of businesses realize is that they don't actually need managers.
No.
I don't know.
No, you get the right.
We can talk about that later, but it's
you get the right people in place. You can become self-efficient.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
See, after this, we need something to do next week.
That's true.
So we'll just vent and bullshit about the fucking world next week.
Perfect.
Make it note, Joe. Next week's episode: vent and bitch.
Vent and bitch. That
may even be the title of the show.
I like it.
Right. That's how we do titles now, Joe. Yeah, no, there was something else I was thinking about us doing, coming up here and everything, but for the life of me, I just can't fucking think. The next few weeks are going to be pretty busy. If I looked at it correctly, this 5-year anniversary episode is actually episode 49. So, I think we do, what was it? Is it 50? 52? I think. Can't fucking remember. Holy shit. Anyways, our season finale, I think, is at the end of November. And then, obviously, we take the 2 weeks off at the end of the year for Christmas and New Year's and shit like that. So we'll get it all figured out. So either season finale is happening next week or it's happening in 2 weeks. So, hey, Joe.
Yes.
Every week, our listeners can catch Cartoon Joe here on this freaking show. But if an hour of Cartoon Joe just isn't enough for our listeners, where can they go?
If you need more Cartoon Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at violentpress.com. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, Google Pod, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Guys, we appreciate you for listening to us for the last 5 years. Please continue to do so going forward. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. just by searching This Freakin' Show, because we're going to be doing a lot more with the social media, and it's going to be a way for you to interact with us. Also, if you want to give us any suggestions on some videos you want us to do or any ideas you want for the show, you can message us on Facebook or email us at thisfreakinshow@yahoo.com. Go to tpublic.com, TEPUBLIC.com, search TFS, pick up your merchandise, because every sale from there does help out the podcast, as well as checking out our sponsors, ballwash.com. Save yourself 15% on your order when you use the checkout promo code FreakNet, or go to audibletrial.com/FreakNet and get yourself a 30-day free trial plus a credit to your first book purchase. Again, our show drops every single week on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, and Amazon Music just by searching This Freakin' Show. Guys, it's been 5 years. We appreciate it. And let's go for 5 more. As always, I am Travis.
And I'm Cartoon Joe.
And thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.